Hi, my name is April Hennig and I'm here today with Sacred Drop Channel. We are here today with Adam and we are at Elk Cove Winery. He's going to show us some of his wines and we're going to get a chance to see his winery. Thanks for joining us today.
So that's not too bad, but you know, it'd be nice to cut that in half. There's some regions out there that only have to spray 4 or 5 times. So this is a vineyard that we haven't thinned yet. So we're out at Willikenzie, and they actually started with a much smaller crop than what we have here. I don't know if you can remember, but we probably have a third more clusters than they do. But we do have a lot of this really small hens and chickens, big berries and little berries.
Yeah. Which
I really love because, you know, I think with Pinot Noir, if we can get a really high skin to juice ratio and in the fermenter, then in terms of extraction, we don't have to worry about it at all. We know we're going to get tons of flavor. But you have to get enough extraction to get the color and the body you want from the...
This is the Pinot Noir.
Yeah. So almost a round leaf for the most part there, compared to other varieties, which, you know, have such a engine. So it'll suck a vacuum, and then as it makes its way around the orbit, it'll start shooting nitrogen in to basically totally sparge the bottle and get rid of any oxygen in there, so that when the wine goes into it, it doesn't have a chance to oxidize. Well, where you're going to go back. Yeah. So it's 2010. So very cool vintage. Most of these grapes were picked almost into November. We were, at the time, quite worried that we would have wines that had a thinness to them. But what's great about that vintage is we had really small clusters, small berries, really small crop. And so I think there's a concentration of fruit, but then it definitely has those cool climate attributes, low alcohol, spicy kind of qualities.
This is only a 12.5.
Fresh fruit. Low yield, kind of really quality Pinot Noirs. You don't notice it even at 14.5 or higher even. But you get a lighter one at high alcohol. Yeah. 13.5 is too much for a lighter one.
How do you feel this year will be, 2011?
Really, it's a bit too hard too early to tell. It looks good though. I mean, we're probably going to ripen in October, first week of October, which is good for us. I mean, it's nice to start a little bit earlier than the last 2 years. So, this is actually 1999. That's wait. Then 1999. This is 100% whole cluster. So
I want to
compare. Almost the same vineyard kind of composition. La Boheme and Mount Richmond, a little bit of Roosevelt, but I just decided to do. It was actually about 85% whole cluster. So just destemmed a little bit and fermented. Once it got through a good portion of fermentation, we put lids on it. Let it finish kind of carbonic, but we did punch it a few times, so it's got the fruitiness of a carbonic maceration, but it also has more tannin and body than some. It's a blend, so we just call it Ultima, but it's a 60% Riesling, 30% Gewürztraminer, and 10% Muscat.
Wow.
So I think of Riesling kind of as the base, just because it's got such great acidity. And then add in those other aromatic varietals, so Gewürz and Muscat. I usually produce them separately, and then we'll pick and choose. When we do straight Gewürz or Muscat, for that matter, they tend to be really low acid. So I like them in the blend because you get those strong aromatics, but then it has that Riesling to be the backbone. Well, where you're going to go back.